All right, let's talk Atlanta Falcons. Falcons have obviously been in the news when it comes to some veteran guys joining this Falcons team, making a big impact. But it's a young guy going under the radar that is impressing even Falcons legends. Great news for Atlanta. I'm Nick, and this is Saturday Morning Inspection. All right, this entire offseason, and as we've even gone through training camp up to this point, the Atlanta Falcons have made big move after big move in terms of acquiring veterans. You can go all the way to Kirk Cousins. Of course, they recently traded for Matt Judon. Now they added the safety Justin Simmons a few days ago as well. But it's not just the veterans that are off to a strong start, it's the rookies and some of the under the radar guys in particular. And one guy, Rook Ororo, I think I pronounced that correctly there, has impressed none other than Falcons great Grady Jarrett. Let's pull up this report here, courtesy of SI.com. Jarrett sees a bright future for his young teammate who has 2 quarterback hits, 1 sack, and a tackle for loss during Atlanta's first 2 preseason games. I started watching some of the film. We're going to have a film review shortly for Ororo. He's doing a lot of nice stuff. Jarrett went on to say he did a lot of work on his own to get where you become a second-round draft pick, and he's going to have a great career, Jarrett said. He's just learning like every other rookie. Keep stacking the days, control what you can, and at the end of the day, he's going to show why they picked him real high. Aroro understands the opportunity he has to ask questions to Jarrett and Onyemata, who are among the NFL's most respected and disruptive interior defensive linemen. And when Aroro has sought tutelage, the veterans have been willing to provide it. I'm super happy to have him here and willing to pour whatever knowledge I have that can help him, Jarrett said. But he's got high standards for himself, and I'm sure he's going to be all right. All right, look, a lot of people are excited by Matt Judon, of course, the addition of him, and a lot of people were hoping the Atlanta Falcons could make maybe a bigger splash before the Judon deal for some defensive line help. They may not have needed it because it looks like Rook Ororo may be a steal for Atlanta. This report here involving Grady Jarrett is a great sign for that. Miles, I'm curious what your thoughts are on this, but first, Falcons fans, in the comment section below, as we worked our way through a couple preseason games, you've seen a couple new additions. You've seen how they're doing. During this time of the year, you guys may have noticed, we like to do film reviews, film breakdowns of new players, rookies. Give us one Atlanta Falcons player that you want us to do a deep dive film review on, and let us know that guy in the comment section below. If we get enough comments about it, we'll do one for you guys. And in the meantime, while you're waiting for that film review, go down to our description box below and take a look at for our recommended reading for the upcoming season. It is Playmakers by Mike Florio. Great read, highly recommend it. Fans of the show know we've been plugging this book a long time. Make sure you go down in the description box below, check out our affiliate link. It takes you right to Amazon, costs you nothing, helps out the channel, and you get to buy a really great book. It's a good read, highly recommend. But Miles, let me throw it over to you now. What are your thoughts on this latest Falcons news?
Yeah, Nick, I think this is great, and I think this is like a strong building block for the future for the Atlanta Falcons because we all know this is a great defensive line they have built right now, and Aurora isn't even a part of that right now. You've got Judon, Onyemata, Jarrett, and Lorenzo Carter as well. So I think it's a solid core, a good foundation. But what you have now with Aurora is depth and flexibility. Now you're seeing what the Atlanta Falcons have been doing. They're building for a future and they're building a championship caliber team. Because what do championship caliber teams have? They have depth and flexibility. If one guy goes down, the whole season doesn't fall apart. And that is exactly what you have now in a guy like Aurora. He's young, he's learning, but he's going to be very good soon. But nonetheless, if someone is to go down, if Grady Jarrett, God forbid, goes down, if Onyemata, if Judon, somebody gets banged up, Aurora can go in and there's no loss at the talent level of this position. And I think this is why we didn't see that big splash move early on. Now we have Judon. They see what they have in Aurora. They see that this is a team that has a championship caliber defense. Add the addition of Justin Simmons as well. This defense looks pretty scary on paper. We'll see what it looks like on the field. And the offense absolutely looks dominant as well with Kirk Cousins at the helm and all of these playmakers around the ball. I'm really starting to like what I see on paper for the Atlanta Falcons, and we're starting to see it in preseason as well. They have some absolute weapons.
And what we're seeing in the preseason is the young guys, right? That's what's so exciting for Atlanta. They're probably the most interesting team in terms of they are built simultaneously both for short-term success. I think most people expect them, rightly so, to win the NFC South this year. But they've also got a great long-term view. They've got a lot of young playmakers on offense. Obviously, Michael Penix Jr. is the quarterback of the future. But on defense, they've got some young studs, and Ororo's right at the top of that list. I tell you what, this guy, when he was selected in the second round, it wasn't a name I wasn't too familiar with, but he has come out and made a name for himself in training camp and preseason. And if you know about any coach, defensive minded in the National Football League, that's good at picking second and round gyms and beyond in the front seven, it's Raheem Morris. Last year with the Los Angeles Rams, he, of course, got two of them in terms of Young, the outside linebacker, and Kobe Turner, a guy a lot of people thought was the best rookie in the entire National Football League last year at defensive line. Raheem Morris knows these young defenders, knows how to put them in positions to be successful. And the best part about this, Ororo doesn't have to go out there and be a superstar, right? That's Grady Jarrett's job, right? That's Onyemata's job. That's Matthew Judon's job. Ororo can go in there in certain situations, play to his strengths, make some big plays, make some key disruptive forces, help this Atlanta Falcons defense get a few key stops, get the ball back over to Kirk Cousins, and let this exciting offense go to work, right? This Falcons team, it's weird, right? We're going through all the teams that have all the buzz and excitement, and everyone's talking about, you hear about the Bears a lot. Of course, the Chiefs are still good. A lot of discussion, about the 49ers every once in a while. But this Atlanta Falcons team, you hear the Lions aren't always being talked about, but this Atlanta Falcons team right now, they are seriously really talented. They've got a great mix of veteran talent and youth driving this team forward. This coaching staff seems to be doing everything right. Terry Fontenot took some criticism in the past. I think this is a well-structured roster. And now you have the emergence of Ororo based on the praise of Grady Jarrett, who, by the way, is probably the most respected, if not the second most respected defensive lineman currently playing in the National Football League. There's a lot of great energy behind this Falcon squad, and I think with the emergence of guys like Ororo, this energy will continue, and they will be a real force come the regular season.